So I'm standing here in the bathroom because the other day I was cleaning the bathroom and I cleaned all the typical things like inside the shower head, inside the sink drains, the toilet, and all those other things. But then it dawned on me that there must be a few other areas in the bathroom that we quite often forget to clean. I mean, I know that for myself, it has been a little while that I have cleaned them, or for some of them, I've never even thought to clean them. Now the examples that I'm thinking of right now are other areas in the bathroom that I don't really think are necessary to clean every time you're cleaning the bathroom. I mean, obviously you should clean the toilet every time you clean the bathroom, or the sink should be clean, the mirror, etc. But as for one example, are you really cleaning inside the bathroom cabinet every time you clean the bathroom, or the shower caddy, those kind of things? So I wanted to showcase a few examples and I'll get through them myself, and then if you haven't cleaned those either in a while, then perhaps this is the motivation tool to start thinking about it next time you do the bathroom cleaning. Now before we get started, one related to the bathroom cleaning tip I wanted to give is that, so after I cleaned the bathroom and I had all these different cleaning rags, I made sure to rinse out as much of the liquid or soap, whatever was on there, and then I squeezed out as much of the water as possible, and then I left them to dry. So basically what I want to say is that after cleaning the bathroom, please do not put your dirty, wet, soapy rags right into the laundry basket, especially if you're only going to be doing your laundry a few days later. But for me, it's the day to clean this kind of laundry pile anyway, so I'm going to just put them in this bag so I can bring them to the washing machine later on, and get this done. Just another quick side note, if you're looking for some good bath mats, then I would definitely recommend these, because I was looking for something a bit better because the one that I was using just before, this one. So this one is from IKEA and it's fine, but sometimes the problem with it is that the corners kind of warp upwards, and it will sometimes block the shower door. So if you have any tips on how to keep the corners down, then please let me know. I have tried before keeping heavier weights on them to help fold it back downwards, but after that it just went right back to the way it was before. So compared to the other one, I prefer to use this one. These are from a brand called Nature Mark. And I was looking for bath towels that were quite thin because the shower door is quite low to the ground, so I needed to be able to open without the bath mat blocking the door from being able to do so. These kind of feel like a towel, but they're just slightly thicker and they lay nicely on the ground. They don't get drenched in water, but they also absorb a decent amount of water, and if a little bit of water spills out from the side, then you can almost treat it like a towel and just absorb some of that extra water, and then it dries pretty quickly after that. Okay, so the first example that I thought I haven't cleaned in quite a while is the shower caddy. So I'm gonna take off all the items. But speaking of, also those accessories. Here, for example, my boyfriend uses these soap bars, and that tray looks like it could use a clean. By the way, if you have a shower like this where you don't really have any walls that you can drill into, or you don't want to drill into the walls, and instead you have these thin glass walls like this, then I literally just grab these S-hooks and I place them on each side. And we've never had any issues with this, so this is just a nice little hack if you're looking to hang up a shower caddy. You do just want to make sure that your weight distribution of your bottles are spread evenly, that you don't have all your heavier bottles on one side, for example. You want to spread them out evenly across the shower caddy thing. Okay, so while that's off, this would be a good time to also clean this part of the shower wall, since typically this area is blocked by that shower caddy. Okay, first quick part done, now on to the other part. Now moving on to cleaning the extra shower caddy. I keep these extra silicone sponges that I used to only clean items like this, so this won't be used in the kitchen. And I'll just add some dishwashing liquid to the sponge and just give this thing a clean. Because this thing can get quite grimy and sometimes the conditioner or shampoo might spill over a little bit, you might not always realize that it's getting a little dirty and that it might need a clean again. Make sure to clean the bottom as well. Okay, I think it'll be easier to rinse this in the shower. And now as for the last step, I'm just going to give these bottles a little rinse, especially at the bottom, because sometimes they can get a little bit soapy. And then I'll give the soap bar a little clean as well. That's all cleaned, and now I'll give them a quick dry, especially the soap tray. Alright, that's clean. Now before hanging it back up, I do want to make sure that it's just a little bit dry. I know that this area gets a little wet anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfectly dry, but you do want it to be a little bit dry before putting it back together. Okay, first example done. Now while I'm studying this area, I wanted to go over the next area that we might have forgotten to clean in quite some time, and that would be inside the bathroom drawers. So I'm going to give these a tackle today. The first tip I like to always give when I clean areas like this is to take a picture the way you had organized it before so that you can always refer back to the picture to know where to put things back. I guess now I'll just move this towel rail out of the way so I can place the items here. Absolutely filthy or nasty or anything like that. But sometimes after you take everything out, you might see that it's a little bit dirtier than you expected it to be. And so a good time to give it a clean. First I'd like to go over with a clean wet rag without any soap, just to try to get any kind of loose hair bits or dirt, dust, that kind of thing. And then I'll give it a little spray with some cleaning stuff. Don't forget to also clean the back side of the front. I just went down to grab a clean dry towel so I could now dry this area. I want to give these trays a little clean. These aren't really that dirty to begin with, but if they were super sticky or grimy or something like that, then I would recommend taking them down to the kitchen and perhaps giving them a clean with hot water and dishwashing soap, and just really giving them a good scrub. But for these things, it'll be fine just to give them a wipe down with a cleaning spray. Alright, now that these are clean, I can dry them off, put them back, and then put everything back into the drawer. Okay, everything in this drawer is looking a lot cleaner, so now I can refer back to my picture so that I can see how to put these little boxes back into place. Okay, I think that looks just about right, so now I can put everything back into place. First drawer done, and now it's time to repeat the process on the bottom one. Okay, so now that the bottom drawer is cleaned, I can move on to cleaning the trays that were in there. Alright, the next step of cleaning the trays is also done, so now I can put everything back into place. Alright, second drawer has also been cleaned. And now we can move on to the next area. Okay, so moving on to the next area. Now I wasn't sure whether to put this segment into this video because it's not really something that you'll forget to clean, like the shower caddy or inside the bathroom cabinets. But this might be an example of something that you might have tried once to get rid of the problem, but maybe it didn't work and then you forget to do it again. So in the toilet we've had some of these brown stains at the bottom. And I've tried using different toilet cleaners, I've scrubbed really hard, I've left bleach in there, and none of those things seem to work. And so if you're having the same issue with your toilet, then give this technique a try. Basically all you need is just some vinegar. The vinegar will help break down those stains. So what you could first do if you wanted to is you could pour out some of that water so that there's less of a ratio of water to vinegar, and then you can use less vinegar. But just remember that if you do that technique, then before flushing it, add some more water, and after you're done with the process, just make sure there's enough water at the bottom again. But I'm going to skip that part and just go directly into pouring the vinegar into the toilet. So I've seen others say with this technique is to not be shy and just pour a decent amount. I think in total I poured around 1 liter into there. limits for the next few hours and then I'll check on it again later. Now, just for an extra precautionary step, I wrote down toilet off limit and I'll tape it to the lid just so that everyone knows it's off limits. Hey guys, it's the next day, so I want to check on the state of the stain in the toilet bowl. Also put some shoes on the toilet lid so that we wouldn't use it. Okay, it looks like the stain has broken down a little bit, giving the water a bit of a light yellow color to it. Okay, so next you're supposed to pour some hot water into it and just kind of help break it up. So I've already boiled some water. Oh wow. Wow, you can already see that some of the pieces have broken up. Leaving the vinegar overnight has allowed the stain to kind of loosen itself up, making it a lot easier to scrub it off. It's done. Just gonna give it a flush. Okay, I gave this a second scrub and flushed it again. It looks like the stain was never there to begin with. So if you have tried multiple different ways, like using toilet cleaners or bleach to get rid of a stain like this, then try using this method of simply using some vinegar and hot water, because I am pleasantly surprised by how well this has worked. And now the final example of something that we might have forgotten to clean in quite some time would be the baseboards. So I grabbed my vacuum with this attachment and I'm first going to vacuum over the edges of the baseboard, and then with a clean rag and some bathroom spray, just go over it once. Especially underneath the sink is an area where you might not do this because you have to really bend down for it. Okay, so now that all the baseboards have been vacuumed, I can move on to the next part, which is just giving it a clean with some bathroom spray and another clean rag. This is definitely a bit of a boring task, but it makes the bathroom look a lot clearer once it's done. I just finished the last example of cleaning the baseboards. Now, it makes such a big difference, so if you ever feel like your bathroom is not looking as clean as you would like it to, or just for some reason looks dirtier than you expect it to, then definitely try giving it a chance to clean the baseboards, because it makes quite a big impact. So one other random bathroom cleaning task that you can do is to think about stacking your cleaning tasks. For example, if it's time for you to change toothbrushes, which is for us here, then go ahead and also clean those toothbrush holders. It's good to kind of stack those tasks on top of each other so that if, for example, you don't really clean these often enough or you might have forgotten to do it, then changing the toothbrush is a reason for you to go ahead and clean everything with it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out and clean this up. Okay, so I just went ahead and cleaned these. So now I can put fresh new toothbrushes in there. And by the way, I just wanted to make one last quick clarification, is that I do think you should clean these more often than just once every few weeks when you change the toothbrushes, but I was mostly trying to make the point that if you have to do something like changing the toothbrushes, then you can use it as a reminder to go ahead and at the same time clean the glass jars that you put them in. So that is done here. And after everything has been cleaned, there's one other step that I would recommend doing, and that is to take a calendar or your reminders app or planner, anywhere where you write these kind of tasks, is to individually write down all of these tasks that you did. So for myself, I'll write down clean baseboards, clean the toilet stains, clean inside the bathroom cabinets, and clean the shower caddy. I'll add them as individual tasks and the date that I did them, so that you can give yourself a choice to put in a schedule. So for example, you could put this on the reminders app and have it set to remind you to do this task again in, I don't know, let's say 3 months time. Or you can just wait till the area starts to look a little bit dirty again, or perhaps feels like it's been quite some time since you last did it, so then in this way you can refer back to the date that you last did it because you wrote it down, and then you can see that perhaps it hasn't been as long as you expected it to be, or it's been a lot longer than you expected, and so in that way it can be used as a reminder to see that, okay, it probably is time to clean it again. Okay, and so that completes the few examples of things that I want to showcase, and the theme of things you might have forgotten to clean in the bathroom in quite some time. Of course, different bathrooms might have different examples of things across this theme, and I could have showcased more examples here, but I wanted to try and keep the examples quite common to things that I'm guessing most other people also have in their bathrooms. So I hope some of these tips might have been helpful to you, or perhaps a little bit of a reminder for yourself to think about cleaning the baseboards or whatnot. Okay, well, that does it for this bathroom cleaning video. My name is Florine. My channel is all about giving organizational or cleaning tips, or just things to make your life in your home generally easier on yourself. So I would love for you to consider subscribing if that's something that might interest you. Other than that, thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of it, and I wish you a pleasant day. Adios.